Hello my sweet friends, welcome back to the channel. As you can tell, I'm still under the weather. It's almost 3 weeks now. But nevertheless, I was crafting and just, you know, trying to stay. I've been resting more than anything, to be honest. And sleeping a lot. But I was able to craft before I got really sick, and I want to show you what I have been doing. So you know that I have a basket, well, not a basket, I have a box that I divided it with these plastic bins from I think it was the Dollar Tree, I'm not sure, either Target or the Dollar Tree, and I divided them by sizes. So this is my small one, and it was worse. It was like busting out the beams, the rims like that. And I decided that I wanted to do something with it, so I want to show and share what I did. So these kind of strips like that, I would cut them, because this is like a little show and tell. I would cut them to a certain size, a particular size. It didn't really matter. It could be 1/2 inch or less. So let's say 3/4 of an inch, maybe. It could be a good size, like that. Then the strip that I took, I would take my scissors, and the reason why I'm showing it's because it might seem to be complicated, but it's not. And I also try to see if anybody was doing it on YouTube in the crafty, especially the vintage side, and nope, nobody was doing it. So unless I was keying in the wrong information, but no, nobody was doing it. I would cut it. It could be 1 inch or a little bit more than an inch, or even less than an inch. They don't need to be this tall, okay? And I would do a, what's it called, the fishtail. And I did a lot of fishtails. Okay. And after I did a whole bunch of fishtails, my main goal was to have cohesive and monochromatic colors. So I would pick from here strips that would blend with this color. So for example, this is from an envelope, so I would cut it, and I would cut the strips, and I would do the fishtail. So try to stay the same size, okay? That's one key point right there. And once you have all the colors, you can have a little dark one, you can have textured one if you want. I did browns, dark browns, light browns. There goes my sugars again. Ignore that, please. As you can see, they got printed, others non-printed on it. And this is what I came up with. I did a tag with a whole bunch of fishtails on it. And then I put a ribbon on the top. The paper was just a white simple cardstock. And don't you think that's pretty? Now if you want, you can put a little bit of pink. I did this small one. And then I took my Wink of Stella and I did some shimmer on some of the fish, you know, random. I don't know if you can tell, there's a little bit of shimmer. Puppy, can you do me a favor and grab my sensor? And I don't know if my sugars are dropping even more. ¿Está bajando el azúcar o está subiendo? Because I'm recording. I'm sorry, baby. Oh, it's just saying, it's complaining that I'm far away from it. Okay. No. It's okay. And then I did this one. Now this one I did a tiny trim. Very thin, as you can see, but it's still pretty. Because the trim is just to finish this part. Then this is like burlap. It comes like that. And as you can see, why even paper from a book you can cut down. I did vellum. See? Vellum. That's vellum. And then a little bit of pink. Maps. Printed. Non-printed. This one. This one is wider. And then two of the same sizes. So this is basically almost like an inch, and these are like a little bit less than an inch. But it doesn't really matter. You get the gist of it. You just cut the strips. And how I did it, let me show you one thing that I also did. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but these are cut and then they are glued in straight lines. See the straight lines right there? You can tell that is straight lines. This is on chipboard and I did random. This one doesn't have any lines. The one that I did the Wink Costella on it. My recommendation is to always start at the bottom if you're going to do straight lines. Start at the bottom and work your way up. And it doesn't have to be 1 inch. It could be less than an inch. The more the merrier. It's going to look pretty anyways. So this is not in straight lines. So I had to do random, and then you tuck the following one underneath it and tuck the other one underneath it, like hiding the straight line. You hide it, but you know, you get the gist of it. So yeah. Then I did this one. I cut a piece of paper. Okay, if you want the back decorated, take paper, cut it, make a little flap, and I still did it all the way to the bottom, and then I folded the flap, and then I take one of my paper clips and then just put it there. And you can use this as a tuck for your art journals, but it's decorated in the back. Now, if you don't want to cut chipboard, you know, or cardstock, make sure that it's heavy duty, because that way it stays. But these are chipboards and chipboard, okay? You can use tags. Now you imagine the back of this tag with just plain fishtails scraps, because that's exactly what this is. These are all scraps. And as you can see, because it's a smaller size tag, I did smaller width of the fishtail. It has a whole bunch. So this one has 6 lines. Four and a half, 3 lines, no lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one has 5. So yeah, let me take one of the tags and let's decorate it. Why not? So I hope the explanation is simple. The other thing that I wanted to also tell you is, see, it doesn't really matter. So for example, if I consider this too long, then I would do that. And all you want to glue is that part right there. Just a little bit of glue. Because you want this to be able to lift. You want that. See that? Like when I fold it, see? It lifts up. You don't want the whole thing glued down. You want to have the tips of the fishtails not glued down. So when you do all the little tips, because this is very therapeutic. When you do all the cuttings of the fishtail with different types of paper, it doesn't really matter, and different colors, then you just gotta pick and do random. What I did was I started going from side to side, and then I will put the next color, making sure that I was not repeating the pattern. Here, for example, there's no repetition here. There is one this color. See, every little piece is different. Then I go to the next one and I make sure that I'm not putting 2 of the same colors together, and that's what's going to give you this nice look. See this one? This one, I like that. So make sure that you don't repeat the patterns, and then you can start. I always start from the bottom. Then up here, you cut clean and put the on the top. You cut, you make it clean, because you're gonna have some excess on the sides. All you gotta do is when you flip it around, just trim it out. That's it. Whichever size of tag you're making, it depends on the size of your fish tail that you want to use. So let's just decorate this one. Excuse Bella, she's got the squeaks, but you have tags. You could decorate the back of it. See, there's different tags. Just decorate the back of it with fishtails, you know. So here, at one point I just wanted to put that plain flower like that, but I don't know if I should just put the girls and the flower. I also had a butterfly, this girl that I fussy cut. And you can put the flower like that. So the possibilities are endless. I have these, which I think I'm just gonna use that. Let's see. I might use something like that. Yeah, why not? Something like that. It's just to put the edge of the flower. I like that better. Let's glue it down. Let's commit. Let's commit to gluing it down. I haven't done anything as far as crafting goes for a while now. Let's just make sure that the glue goes all the way down. I'm gonna trim this because I don't like that. It's got like a tint of color from something else, so I want to give it a clean snip. And as always, I'm gonna ink it. I'm gonna glue. I did this stamping on watercolor paper, and then I fussy cut it. Put a little bit of glue on that. Let's commit to gluing this down. She reminds me of my auntie. She passed away over 30 years ago. She was fun to be around. Okay. There you go. I like that. I hope you like it too. So there you go. Fishtail tags or tidbits or anything you want it to be. You can make a whole book if you want it of this cover and make a book, cover a whole book, because I think it's fun. And I don't look for perfection, so you can see that none of my fishtails are perfect. And it doesn't bother me because you can put your element on top of it and it's gonna be covered. So for example, if I would have put something that big, it would have covered the majority of them. The reason why I don't want to cover it is because I like the whole effect of the fishtails out there, you know. So tell me, what do you think? Do you like my fishtail tags? I hope you do. I have not seen it out. See how, as I was telling you, they're gonna have a little extra. Then you go ahead and take that and cut it out, and so your tag is gonna be even. So that was a good example. And now it's all squared. I don't know, I'm having issues with my eyesight, but I feel like this is not squared, so let's square it off. There you go. Yep, I think that's better now. There. Scroll all squared away. So your fishtails don't have to be on center. Because that would drive me nuts. So all you have to do is just cut your little fishtails and that's it. You don't have to be so precise, you know? You just want the effect. And like I always said, I'm not looking for perfection. I want something that I haven't seen that will keep me busy, entertained, relaxed. And that will be the end result. So I hope you like it. And if you do, please give me a like, subscribe, leave me a comment. What do you think? I think it's a nice way to getting, rid of some scraps. And that's it for today. So take care. And as always, stay safe and craft away. Bye.